Good morning, Hive fans. I can't believe it. It's 1:30 a.m. here in Florida. It's a beautiful, crisp fall evening. Actually, it's the coolest we've been so far this year. And I'm up, ready to do the live stream of Game 2, bronze medal match in the 2021 Hive Online World Championship between Gandac and Stepanzo. And you can see I've got the map room open there. There's Stepanzo. He's up in the northwest corner of the U.S. I'm down here in Florida. We have Jonas K. up here at his spot. And then we have Jan, the Romanian juggler, down here in his spot. So far there's 4 of us in the board space lobby. And they have already started. So I am going to go ahead and see what we can do to get going. They didn't waste any time today. So we'll turn the lobby off, and then we'll get going in takes me a minute to set the room up, so bear with me. And as quite often happens, they are moving very quickly at the very beginning. So let's see how they started. Stepanzo is opening with white, opens with a ladybug. Gandac follows with a ladybug, an ant, queen, and Stepanzo chooses after Gandac opens with an inline queen, Stepanzo chooses an F opening with the elbow queen. And then it jumps forward, as quite regularly it seems to happen. Haven't yet figured that out. So Stepanzo's getting his ants in play early, and Gandac has set up the ladybug, queen, pillbug, but instead of an angle triple, this is a post triple. And the first black ant comes in. We'll probably see it get pinned by one of the 2 white ants. So give me a minute here to get set up in the review room. And we are off and running. I have 2 times tried to sit down to do a review of their first game, because I think Stepanzo missed a victory at the end. It was an extremely surprising ring that Gandac formed. Very ingenious on that ring. Caught me by surprise, probably caught Stepanzo by surprise, and ended up a very, very quick victory for Gandac in that one. And so, like I said, I've sat down to do a review of that game, and each time it got so complex I had to stop. So I'm going to promise myself and promise you all that I will get that review posted sometime tomorrow, and show how I think that Stepanzo could have won that. So let me see if I can put something, a little note over here in the chat window. And Stepanzo did not pin the black ant, instead brought in the mosquito. Setting up an ant farm, 2 ants and a mosquito. And then Gandac brings in his mosquito. So what is stepanzo oh, I hate it when I do that. What is stepanzo looking to do here? Quite often you'll see in these high-level hive matches, ants and mosquitoes come out very early. And it shows the importance of the expansion bugs. If you notice, Gandac, the mosquito, ladybug, and pillbug have already been played. For stepanzo, the mosquito and ladybug have both been played. So even though I love Classic Hive and I enjoy playing Classic Hive, I think it's in itself a very complete game. There's no question at all that adding all 3 expansions brings this wonderful board game to a completely different level. Definitely, without a doubt, takes it just beyond where the standard game without expansions ends up. So even though my world championship was won prior to the introduction of the pill bug, and I've said many times I hate the pill bug, I still think it adds a lot to the game. And we've got one viewer online this morning. That's probably Jonas, would be my guess. Hi, Jonas. Whoever you might be, please introduce yourself and let me know who you are, where you're from, and if you've been on my live streams before. Of course, the timing in this match is plus 15. The earlier game this week was very quick. I don't even think the entire broadcast lasted an hour. And neither player has yet to move a bug, as stepanzo brings in the pill bug. So is Gandac going to be the first one to move a bug? We're going to see here momentarily. Or is he going to bring in another bug? And of course, if you keep seeing me looking over this way, this is where my large screen is with my OBS studio up. I can see my live YouTube window here. Keep an eye on the chat so that when people make a comment in the chat room, I can see it. Of course, there is a 2-minute delay. So I would see your chat 2 minutes before you hear what I'm talking about. And Gandac also decided to add another bug, brought in grasshopper number 1. So are we ever going to see a bug move in this game? Sooner or later, it has to. Unlike chess that has 100+ years of history on openings and computers that study them extensively, we still have a wide range of different openings that occur in Hive, not yet under complete study, although we are looking forward to the Canon of Hive Volume 2, which Joe Schultz is actively working on. It will be about openings. And if you haven't yet seen the Standard Hive Opening Encyclopedia, my description on how to describe and define openings, I'll try to remember to put a link down below for you. You can download a free copy. or you can drop me an email at randyplayshive@gmail.com and I'll send you a PDF copy. So the first bug moves. White ant 1 pins black ant 1. So is stepanzo looking to start a beetle factory here to get beetles up atop the hive? So we shall see. I'm going to take a peek in the lobby. Okay, still the four of us. And I apologize if I'm clearing my throat and coughing a little bit. I think my allergies have really been bothering me recently. Now that is interesting. One thing that I would think that Gandac's grasshopper placement, he could be thinking about jumping into here, which would shut down the beetle factory. He has to be very careful, of course, that he doesn't allow stepanzo to get too big a lead in ant development. And he uses this opportunity to bring in a beetle. And note this, note how when stepanzo moved the white ant away from the mosquito lost ant movement, then Gandac used that opportunity to bring in the beetle, because now the mosquito cannot come over and pin the beetle and climb up. And so sure enough, stepanzo uses the beetle factory and brings in beetle number 1. So now both players have beetles and mosquitoes in defensive positions. And it's very interesting. The pillbug, queen, ladybug, pillbug, queen, ladybug, mosquito, beetle. This 5-bug formation is duplicated by each player. Good morning from a foggy Germany. And the white beetle, the black beetle advances, takes a setup shot, which is going to force white to respond one way or the other. So let's look at possible responses. If the ladybug jumps to here, if black would attack with the mosquito, then white would just warp the queen away. if black looks to use the white mosquito as an opportunity to get the black mosquito atop the hive, the white mosquito can just cover the white beetle, shut down the black mosquito's beetle power. Of course, I would not think that white would warp the white queen away, because then the black beetle climbs up and there's no way to stop the black beetle from just marching across. So that's probably not going to happen. So I would think that the most likely move would be the ladybug. Same05 asks, what do you think of the formation they're using? I've never seen anything like this at all. They both spawned a lot of bugs before either one of them moved anything. So Same05 he didn't have to get up early for this match. He's down under, and it's good afternoon. It's Sunday afternoon there. And sure enough, that's what Stepanzo did, was he pinned the beetle, actually moving the ladybug kept the beetle pinned anyway, but that also removes this spot as a spawn point. Although what can happen is the black mosquito can move to here and gain beetle power. Let's see what would happen if the yeah, very interesting. Excuse me. In the quest to always always qualify for the win early by getting a beetle or mosquito atop the hive, that's what you'll see going on here. And sure enough, Gandac probably had that in mind when he moved forward. One. Sorry about that. So the black mosquito moves forward, threatening to climb atop the hive. So if the white ladybug moves to there, then the black grasshopper can move forward. Nope, he's not concerned about that. He's going to let the mosquito climb up. Or maybe not. So Same05 says the attack by black seems very strong and looks to give some very effective complications when filling kill spots of the white queen. Yes, that is true. Of course, until black has qualified for the win, white always has the threat of warping the queen away. The only problem with that is it requires the beetle and mosquito left in position. And so you might end up with, excuse me very much, might end up with a beetle and a mosquito. So the white ladybug shifted, and instead of, that's very interesting, instead of the grasshopper jumping in here, the grasshopper jumps into there, and now there's nothing can stop the black mosquito from climbing up. So same oath, you are right. And that is interesting. The black mosquito is playing for control, covering the white ladybug instead. And if in fact Stepanzo does, which he does, move that ant, it also frees the white beetle. Very quickly, Gandac plays the ring. White mosquito pins the black ant, or it looks like that's what Stepanzo is looking at. And of course, in this specific position right here, this is not yet a beetle factory because that would be the setup shot if the black beetle were to spawn there. It's an interesting decision that Gandac made to play defense and control rather than attacking with that mosquito. I was surprised by that grasshopper move as well. So I think what's going to happen here is that I think what's going to happen here is Gandac, oh, no, he's not. He's anchoring down the ladybug with the spider. And now Stepanzo can get his beetle up. So if Stepanzo moves the beetle up, one of the black bugs moves, and then, although maybe possibly the black mosquito moves forward. So I would think that most likely the white beetle is going to climb atop its own queen. Of course, the threat now is the black ladybug jumping to there, and the black beetle is pin-proof. Of course, if the black ladybug jumps to there, you also have a beetle factory here where the second black beetle can come in. So I think Stepanzo is almost forced to climb up with the white beetle. Let's take a quick look at time. We are at Gandac is at 10.5. Stepanzo's at 15.5. So neither player's in time trouble at this point. So I don't think there's any choice that the white beetle has to go up. Although I guess white could possibly pin the ladybug by going to there. Stopping the ladybug from jumping into that position. Because white does have a mobile ant, so that if the last black ant spawns, the white ant can pin it. So let's see if there are any other candidate moves to counter the threat of the black ladybug. Or does white allow that to happen and just covers it? I don't think that's a good idea, because then the black mosquito can move forward. So no, I don't think it's a good idea to allow that ladybug to move in without a defense against the black beetle. So let's look at opportunities for white to bring in white beetle number 2 to attack. A problem is if you bring it in on this ant, then the black queen just gets warped away and then the beetle is left hanging. I guess theoretically you could bring it out here, but it's quite a march yet to get into attacking position. So I don't think that white is yet in the position to think about bringing in the second beetle. And maybe I'm wrong. He brings in the second beetle. So I guess the question then becomes, if the black ladybug attacks, then the white beetle has a direct march right to the black queen. So I don't think there's any question here. Black is going to warp the queen away, leaving this white beetle hanging out here. And black will be able to bring in the second beetle right there. And again, I was wrong. And very quickly, Stepanzo gets the mosquito in play. And nothing's going to stop the white mosquito from climbing up. So a very interesting turn of events here. Ah, look at this. Look at this scenario. You could drop, black can drop a semi-worthless bug like a spider right there. Then when and if the mosquito climbs up, now the black queen can be warped away. It'd be interesting to know that if Gandac saw that potential white mosquito move. The other option, of course, is to go ahead and use the beetle factory while you have it. But that then allows the white mosquito to get up, and you can't stop it from covering the black queen. And of course, black still has an ant in reserve, but white still has an ant, and now has 2 ants available. And we're starting to get more people join us. We've got 5 watching so far. We've had Jonas Cronander, same 05, the Lone Badger, all comment and drop in a chat. We appreciate that. All of those chats help the YouTube algorithm, so the more you chat, the better it is. So even though Gandac got his mosquito atop the hive, it took a little bit of a strange tactic and moved backwards to gain control over the white ladybug rather than move forward toward the white queen. And so now white is also going to get the mosquito atop the hive, and Gandac plays a grasshopper. Freeing the black ant, and so the white beetle climbs up. That was a very quick response from Stepanzo. Now, of course, the mosquito is no longer pin-proof. But if that's the case, let's see that actually. it could be pinned by the ladybug as well. So that's an interesting turn of events. I wonder what Stepanzo was thinking about when he brought the beetle up. Because I would think that you would want to go ahead and get the mosquito atop the hive while you had the opportunity. Both players are playing very conservatively in this game. If we remember back in the very beginning, they just were spawning bugs right and left before finally one of the bugs moved. And I have to remember their 2-minute delay because I can't talk about what's going on live when what's going on my YouTube channel is 2 minutes ago. So we're having a bit of a conversation, Jonas and I, in the chat room. That makes me. I wonder if I have room on my YouTube screen to open a chat room at board space. Then we could do our chat and it would be more live. So Black Ant 2. Correct. Plus, as we're discussing in the chatting with Jonas, is so he's watching excuse me, live as well. pinning with the ladybug also opens the beetle factory here. Even if the white ant should attack, there's no white bug with an angle of attack toward that spot, so the beetle factory can open or drop in like a spider there and warp the queen away. So Gandac is in a bit of a deep think here. So white currently has two possible attacks, the mosquito climbing up, or the beetle moving forward. The beetle moving forward can be stopped by the mosquito, unless, of course, the beetle has a bridge that can go across this direction if the ladybug doesn't move. So those are the reasons why I think the ladybug move is better, because the ladybug pins the mosquito, that stops the mosquito, although if Gandac continues with the ladybug moves, now the white beetle moves forward, the beetle factory is open and can open there. Although the white ant could move to there, forcing the mosquito up or the beetle up. But nope, he moves forward with the beetle. Okay. Keeping in his back pocket the opportunity to bring the ant to there, freeing either the beetle or the mosquito. The third black ant comes in, and very, very quickly, Stepanzo doesn't waste any time in pinning it. Now, that's very interesting, because in that pin position, you've got the opportunity for a spider to come to here, which could move to there, freeing either the mosquito or the beetle, or do a pin replacement. The other possible threat from Stepanzo is a grasshopper to here, which could then jump to there or attack to there. Okay, very interesting. Moving the spider to here does cut down on white ant 1's mobility, but now if the mosquito advances, it frees the ladybug and shuts down the beetle factory. And of course, if the beetle advances and the mosquito covers it, that becomes an Oreo stack, but the advantage is that if the black mosquito advances forward, the white beetle can immediately cover it. So the white spider comes in, that ambiguous spider threatening to do two things, and Gandac immediately pins it, and the first white grasshopper comes in. Now let's talk about yep, that's what okay, the pill bug moves away. That's interesting. And we're now running down to the point where bug counts are going to be very critical. Black only has 2 bugs in reserve. Oh, okay, let's see what's going on here. The grasshopper comes in. Now the problem is if now the black spider is threatening to pin the white grasshopper, but if the white grasshopper jumps in now, oh, that's interesting. White does not have a bug available to take the kill shot if the white grasshopper jumps in. Okay, let's go back over here and tape. Neither player has qualified for the win yet, so that pill bug warping the queen away threat is always there. So let's say if Stepanzo attacks and the pill bug gets warped away, yep, I don't think that that's a... But the grasshopper has to do something because otherwise the spider is going to pin it. That is a very good possibility, Jonas. See, I think that anything that allows the Black Queen to get warped away is potentially advantageous for Gandac. If the pillbug does move there, then yeah, I don't think that. Or if the pillbug were to go to there, then Gandac could hop his grasshopper over to here, which then leaves all these white bugs pinned and lets the Black Queen escape. Same thing if the grasshopper goes. If the grasshopper goes, and the black grasshopper can go to here, allowing the queen to escape. So Stepanzo's in a bit of a think here. He might have to sacrifice that beetle because he still has the option of getting a grasshopper to here, which could jump to there and free up either the mosquito or the beetle. Which I was very surprised by this white grasshopper placement earlier. Okay, so this is very complex. Let's say that white plays the grasshopper here. The black mosquito moves forward. The white beetle covers it. The black beetle covers it. And the white grasshopper jumps. Yeah, I think that is a better. I think the pillbug is not a good choice because, like I said, if the pillbug goes in, the black queen gets warped away. And the black mosquito is still here in position to defend against the white beetle. And if white gets a bug into here to free both of these mosquito and beetle, it's a long march to get to where it needs to be. If the white grasshopper jumps in and the black queen is warped away, now the white beetle has a bridge to march across, forcing the black mosquito, and the white ant can move away and still have the opportunity of getting a bug into this position to free the And sure enough, that's what ended up happening. The pill bug moved forward. Oh no, that's interesting. Okay, now the grasshopper moves in. And now if the black queen gets warped away, the white mosquito is free to climb up. Aha, that's... So Stepanzo was looking a little deeper than I was, because with the pill bug moving to there, the grasshopper jumps out, breaking the ring, freeing, but the white grasshopper jumps in. Setup shot forces black to respond, and now the white beetle will climb up. The white mosquito will climb. Okay, interesting. Rather than immediately climbing up, the grasshopper jumps over, freeing either the mosquito or the beetle. Although that's causes an interesting scenario for white here as well, because the white beetle is somewhat trapped there. Oh, interesting. Another very good use of a spider. Spawning the spider there allows the white beetle to climb up. But the question is going to be, is Stepanzo going to have enough bugs available? And I'm going to guess probably not. Oops, I missed something there. It's going to be very interesting. It's looking like Stepanzo is going to qualify for the win, but not have enough bugs to execute the victory. Although Gandac can stop him from qualifying. Well, no, not necessarily, because if the... Well, let's take for a look at, does Gandac have the possibility of... Interesting. Okay. So the black spider can anchor down the white queen. White's going to need as many bugs as possible. If the white beetle moves out and covers the white queen, that would still need four bugs. Yep, so the black mosquito drops down to ground level, which frees up, potentially frees up the ant, gives the mosquito ant power, and frees the black beetle. So now does Gandac have the possibility? Okay, nope. Interesting. The white beetle covers the ant. Now the black mosquito is free to come over to here, and there's no way that white could stop. He doesn't do that. He goes ahead and covers the beetle. I was a bit surprised about that. So Gandac is playing a little bit of control and defense here rather than offense. The white beetle can't move, otherwise it frees the black. We've passed the 1 hour mark, definitely longer than the last game. Now, anytime a play like that, if the grasshopper jumps to here, where is that grasshopper going? Going to there is not a good idea because it frees the, if it goes to there, going to there is not a good idea because it frees the black beetle. If it wanted to go to there, it could have just gotten placed to there. So it's got to be going there. And the black grasshopper moves to there, which now the black grasshopper is going to be jumping to there, freeing the beetle. So I guess in theory, the white grasshopper could, nope. Yeah, the white grasshopper could jump to here, and this grasshopper could go to there, freeing the ant and making the ring, but does that create enough? Still can't get the spider out of the way. What you'd like to do ideally is get a position where this white beetle 1 can move. That was definitely a wasted tempo because that spider could have spawned there. Okay, interesting. Okay, now the queen gets warped back to there. Jonas said, I think covering with the black beetle would have been better as you only use one move to warp the black spider to free the black mosquito. Yeah. I think Stepanzo is definitely running out of bugs. I don't see any reason why the black beetle wouldn't just go ahead and climb up now. White is not in any threat of pinning the black beetle. So let's see, getting the white beetle free is important to Stepanzo, and the only way he can do that right currently is if he can anchor it down, but that costs him his last bug. Well, Gandac offered a draw, and Stepanzo accepted it. So we ended up with a draw in game 2, and now Gandac leads 1.5 to 1/2. Let's turn the lobby on, or the chat window on. Both of them say good game. They haven't said much else. Let's see, it is, what time is it? It's 2:38 my time, which means it's Stepanzo asked, you have time for another one, and Gandac says maybe Doobie could have won this one with both colors. So Doobie has that reputation of being able to stretch these games out and take a little tiny advantage and turn it into a victory. So Gandac says, let's find another day to continue. I'm going to put a note here in the so Gandac says, Randy will be too tired to stream the final if we continue. Yeah, you're probably right. So I put in, please pick a time that is not the middle of the night for me, and Stepanzo says, ha ha. So hopefully this will be their only game for tonight. Ends up in a draw. Let's take a look. Make sure I don't blow anything here by commenting. Okay, so Troy Medler says this is still going. So a great game tonight ends up in a draw. The Hive got stretched out. Neither player had enough bugs to win. Neither player qualified for the win throughout the entire game, although it'll be interesting to go back and review this one. I will be trying very hard to get game one reviewed because I think Stepanzo missed a victory in that one, and we'll be going back and looking at this one as well. So I'd like to thank everybody for joining me this morning. It is 2:45 my time, so I'm going to be going back to bed, get some sleep before I wake up in the morning. Join me tomorrow afternoon, Sunday afternoon. It's about 1:30 my time, so that's 13:30. That's 18:30 GMT will be game 2 of the Quadlabet Doobie match. So thanks again for watching, and as always, let's turn this off and this off. If you'd like to make a contribution to my channel, you can do so with a buy me a coffee, and as has been recommended by a couple of players, I'm very happy to have my recent contributors mentioned, but I'm going to do some changing to see if I can make sure it doesn't cover over the window. But thanks to Ariel Conforti, Eric H., Claudia Yordach, Jason R., Bill D., Bram P., Copperpenny, Jack H., First Base, and Frank Chen, my most recent contributors. Like to get your name on that list? Buy me a coffee. I could use one right now if I wanted to stay awake, except I don't want to. I want to be going to bed here very soon. So thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, this is Randy Ingersoll. As always, I'm here to help you play Hive like a champion.